Hey everyone, this is Sam again out here at New Branch Farms. Today we have a very special guest, Karen from the Cake House. Karen, before we start talking about cakes and cupcakes, and I want to hide these so I don't try to get one, tell us about Karen.
Okay, my name is Karen Collier. I am the owner of the Cake House, which is a specialty cake bakery in Smithfield. I have a fantastic team there, and we started about 2 years ago this month. From my experience, I started doing cakes when my youngest son was born, and nieces and nephews, and I got into the business really from the cake decorating standpoint. And over the years, I really just started enjoying it so much and learning so many new techniques that I really knew that someday I wanted to open a cake bakery. And I figured, okay, boxed mixes from the grocery store, not going to cut it. So for the last 10 years, I've been focusing really on my scratch baking. I have an amazing team. As good of a cake artist as I think I am, my lead cake artist is the bomb. And I think I'm a very good baker, but my lead baker she is absolutely fantastic.
So, what services and products does the Cake House, what do you bring to the table, so to speak?
Well, we do offer cakes, of course, full-size wedding cakes, but we also offer a lot of things for the dessert table. If sometimes couples or even different types of events are looking to have a fancy dessert table, we can do truffles, cookies, decorated sugar cookies, macarons, petit fours. We also do fun things like cake bombs, hot cocoa bombs, and cakesicles, which are like cake pops but bigger and better.
All right. There's a bunch of words in there that I've never heard before.
I'm hungry.
That was pretty well informative because I've never heard some of those words.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are looking not only for a cake, but kind of halfway through the reception, they want to bring out a little more food to kind of keep the party going. And we can do that. So we can do either the cake and a dessert table later, or a dessert table in lieu of a cake, whatever the couple is looking for.
Share a specific product or service that you love providing couples and why, and maybe something that people don't usually think of.
Well, this one really hits home for me. The most important thing I can provide as a business owner is exceptional customer service. So that might not have been where you were going with the question, but for me, if I'm not providing exceptional customer service, I'm not doing my job. I need a beautiful cake. I need a fantastic taste for that cake. But above and beyond both of those two things, it's about customer service for me. I want to be one of the very best vendors at their event. I want them to think back about their wedding and remember that the Cake House provided exceptional service.
What process can your couples expect when they work with you, and when they do meet you, are there any questions that they should be prepared for?
Sure. So for a wedding cake baker, what you do is you go to a tasting. So when couples give me a call or they send me an email and they say, I want to set up a tasting, I have them come in and sit down with me, and we start by kind of asking, what are the colors for your wedding? What are the themes? Are you looking for something rustic, something elegant, something blingy? And we kind of start there and kind of work our way through some of the other elements that are really not cake related. I might ask, who's their florist, who's their DJ, who's their caterer, because I know most of these vendors, and I can get kind of a feel for what they're looking for by learning what their other vendors are, what kind of dresses their bridesmaids are wearing, that kind of stuff. So it gives me a real good feel for the type of elements that they're looking for their wedding in general and for their wedding cake in particular. And then I provide them a 4-pack of cupcakes. Now these cupcakes that I have here today are pretty much the cupcakes we always do during a tasting.
Okay.
They are,
which I plan to enjoy that here in just a little bit.
I believe you will. They are our 4 most popular flavors of cake with our 4 most popular frostings. And we've paired them in a way that we feel is, really nice pairings for the cupcakes. What this allows the couple to do is to really kind of assess our skills as bakers. And since we're scratch bakers, we can do any flavor at all. But once they taste these cupcakes, they can say, all right, well, I'm confident in your skill as a baker. And while I might want this flavor, but I might want a different flavor, but I know that you'll be able to make it because these flavors that I'm more comfortable with, meaning that the client is familiar with, chocolate, vanilla, almond, strawberry. they've had those cupcakes before, those cake before. And so when they taste ours, I want them to know, yeah, this is really good cake. And then they have the confidence to be able to order any flavor that they're looking for. We do have flavor inspirations page on our website, so there's a lot of suggestions there. So anyway, we nail down kind of the flavor, and then also we talk about their guest size. Do they want a 3-tier cake? Are they going to need a 5-tier cake? Are they looking for
somebody to jump out of the cake?
Well, that's rare. That's rare. But I had a wedding recently where not only did we have a 5-tier cake, we also had 2 sheet cakes in the kitchen because it was a really big guest list.
Right.
And so, in addition to the cake that was presented on display at the wedding, there was also some additional cake to cut up in the kitchen. So we go through all the flavors, the size, and of course the appearance of the cake. So are they looking for something that's painted like this? Are they looking for fresh flowers on their cake? Maybe some artwork and fondant. So we go all through that, and then at the end we have a quote. All right, we've got a design worked up. We've got a price quote so that the couple can really see right then and there what their cake is going to cost them. And at that time, they can either book or they can take it home, think a little bit about it, and hopefully book with me.
It also sounds like that in the process, which I didn't realize, how much the cake is in the design element of the whole event. I never really paid any attention to that, but it sounds like that it's very much woven into all the decorations, the bride's dresses, the whole 9 yards.
Well, we want, the cake has its own table. It has its own time slot on the agenda of the wedding. Okay, the cake is really a key element. So when you walk into a wedding, you're seeing the beautiful tables with centerpieces. There's a lot of decoration, whether it's rustic or something elegant or anything in between. But over on that side of the room, there's a cake table with a cake on it, and it is definitely a centerpiece, and you want it to be stunning.
What is your best professional advice for couples looking to choose a wedding cake provider?
I have to tell you, as the owner of a bakery, there's not a week that goes by that I don't get a phone call, and sometimes during a busy season, not a day that goes by, and I don't get a phone call from somebody whose cake baker had to cancel them at the last minute. Sometimes it's their oven broke, they're sick, their kid is sick, they have a family member that needs help, but there's always a reason. We've heard all the reasons, and so it leaves the bride and groom, or if it's a corporate event, at any rate, it leaves the person at the last minute in the lurch because they don't have a cake. And so they're calling around to just everybody trying to find a cake. Well, during a busy season, we can't add another cake at the last minute. So as much as we'd love to help them, we can't do that. So
basically, stay away from your mother's, brothers, uncles on your sister's side person. Use a professional baker.
I would strongly recommend that. If something happens to me that you're ordering a cake from, you're not just ordering it from me. You're ordering it from my bakery, my staff. And so it doesn't really matter if I'm having an emergency, because I have a team of bakers who are great at their craft, and they're going to get your cake made for you. If something happens to my oven, I have another oven. When you hire a professional bakery, whether it's the Cake House or somebody else, another bakery, you have the guarantee that you're going to get your cake. Okay, and I would just warn that if you if you are having a friend do it, you just need to have a backup plan, just in case the friend has some sort of an emergency and they're not able to.
And I bet you, like you said, that does happen a lot.
It happens a lot.
Here we go. Is there a cake or dessert trend that you're excited about right now?
Well, yeah, honestly, I'm really excited that we're moving back towards some larger wedding cakes and some kind of upscale dessert tables. So we're seeing a lot of kind of 2-tier cakes with cupcakes, which is great. It's it's fun. But a lot of the couples that I'm working with now are really looking for that 4 or 5-tier wedding cake.
That big?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, this here is about a 60 to 70 person wedding cake. And so if the couples are looking for the 150 person wedding, we're going to go to another tier or two in order to accommodate that. And we talked about the wedding cake being one of the focal points of the wedding, and you do frequently see that from across the room as your guests come in. Typically, the wedding cake is kind of across the room in a little highlighted area, and so you want it to be really a statement piece. And when you go to a bigger cake, it has the opportunity to be that statement piece. So I'm really excited that a lot of my couples that I'm meeting with these days are looking for that bigger cake. Additionally, another thing that I'm loving is a lot of metallics. A lot of metallics in the cakes these days. A lot of gold leaf, silver leaf. We're doing a lot of drip cakes. It's just really kind of a neat element on a cake. So we're seeing, as I said, a lot of metallics. Even metallics mixed with the floral work on the cake. So like fresh flowers with some gold leaf near them to kind of put them in context. Just really, really gorgeous stuff.
So really the trends are, you're taking some of the older trends, newer trends, mixing them together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun these days to have a wedding cake bakery.
All right, we're going to change the tide a little bit, make it about New Branch Farms. Okay. So what does it mean to the Cake House to be a preferred vendor here at our building that's not here, but it's coming?
It's going to be. Well, we've talked a couple of times about relationships and customer service, and providing exceptional service. I know that y'all are going to provide exceptional service to your clients. That's something that I hold very, very near and dear to my heart. I have an exceptional team, and we really, really, really work. We're very passionate about making sure that we are providing an exceptional wedding cake and experience for the couple. To be able to work with other vendors who have that same passion for what they're doing.
And passion is the key word.
Yeah, I mean it really is. It really is. And to be able to partner with an exceptional vendor, and especially at the venue, I mean it's just it's a really great opportunity for us, and it allows us all as vendors to really give the best experience for the couple. And I think when vendors are working hand in hand with each other, they're accustomed to each other's kind of signature elements of the wedding, and it just really elevates the experience for the couple.
Yeah, I think the couple can absolutely feel the difference when all the vendors are working together and not really in competition with each other, but as one to give the couple or whatever event it is the best experience it can be.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely the goal.
Can't wait. Really looking forward to this venue.
You ought to sit in this seat. It's
I
pretty.
hear you.
And it is really cool what you were kind of going there. We get to be a part of somebody's special day. Well, folks, I'd like to thank Karen for coming out today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
It was awesome to find out more about the bakery industry and what she provides and what bakers provide in general, and how what the baker does is incorporated in the whole event itself. So thank you again for coming out today.
Thanks for having me, Sam. I appreciate it.
See you guys.